Right, welcome back to the next video in the series. So we have our server and client. So far what we have done is we have installed the server, Windows server. We have installed the Windows client. So we have configured the IP address for the client because we don't have a DHCP server. We have configured 1.10 as an IP address because it here I'm using 192.168.1.0. And then uh, I'm going to give this. Yes. Mhm. No, this is a yeah, yeah. We are assuming it. So here in this topology, I'm using 192.168.1.0. Maybe in a different setting in a corporate environment, you will come up with the IP addressing plan to say that what IP address you will be using. So they will be having different subnets. Mm, mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, you can, yeah. So yeah, yeah. You can give 1.20. Yeah, you can give 1.30, 1.50, whatever it is. It's up to you. Right, so let's go to the server here and check uh, what our server has done. Yeah, you have to reinstall it. You can have for a client, you have the security questions, you can recover it, but oh, you should not be in that position, right? So we are here in the server. So server always asks what is the reason for you to shut down. So I can say unplanned security issues, and then let it keep loading. So here it opens the server manager. I don't want to disable the, I can give this so the Windows Admin Center is not opening, so I don't want to give that because I want it to be to open first. So this is the control of your server. Everything is here for you to control. We will go on to that later. Right, so here let me click on the local server because I haven't created any domains or anything. So local server is my local configuration. So here you could see that I haven't given a computer name, so which means I haven't configured anything. It is always better better to configure. So let's check if we have given the IP address as well. ncpa.cpl. We can do it in in other way as well. Run command, you can go and check ipconfig. So you have two ethernets for server. You remember we have two adapters here, one for the external, one for the internal, right? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so you have two, so it shows two, but it shows 169, which is a DHCP failure, which means there is no IP address configured. So let's go one after the other. Yeah. Mm, mm. Yeah, it is for, yeah, yeah, yeah. uh, yeah. So let's go to the Ethernet and see, you have two Ethernets here. So let's name this as external, rename this as external, and this as internal. And then I'm not configuring the external now because we are not looking at that network. So let's go here to the internal networks properties, um, and then go to IPv4 properties and then give 192.168.1.1. Yeah, the server's IP address. It doesn't need a gateway because this is the default server, right? So you can give your DNS here. The DNS will be what's happening. Okay, I have to wait. Oops, sorry, wrong screen. Right. Yeah. So this is 192.168.1.1, which is this PC itself. This because this is what we are going to do our DHCPS. I mean DNS server. So I give OK. I give OK. So the moment I give the configuration here, it should start pinging because they both are in the same network. They both are on. Okay. So let's say ipconfig. Uh, yeah, I'm in the server, so I can give all to get more default more answers here. So it says that here my configuration is here. I have my IP configuration. It's an internal adapter. It's B4. Okay, and this one is AA. So let's ping 192.168.1.10. It's not pinging. It's a request timed out, so it is not pinging. Let's troubleshoot it. Okay, but before troubleshooting, another thing we have to do here at the beginning itself before we move into the domain is to change the computer name as well. It's one of the best practices which we have. So go to the domain name and see what it is. SDC. So you give SDC. Okay, and it should be asking us for a restart. So let's restart it. So it is not pinging, so which means there are two options, two things may be the maybe possible problem. The basic one is it's firewalls. So we have to go and disable the firewalls so that we can get uh, uh, yeah. So firewalls always by default block ICMP packets. Mm, both, both, both. Okay. Um, so let's go to this command prompt here. Ipconfig. So ping 192.168.1.1. It's request timed out. Yeah. So literally we have installed everything. The thing is, it's not communicating. It's not talking to each other. So there is some problem which we want to troubleshoot. Yeah, it's request timed out again. So let's go here to the firewall of this. This is the problem, right? So this is why we need a domain controller. If we have a domain controller, we can control all the clients with one domain controller. We can just go to the domain controller and we can give our settings that will be implemented. If we don't have a domain controller, yeah, yeah, we can update the GP. We can force the group policies. It will be updated in all the clients because we don't We don't have that. So what happens is, you have to go and manually do in all the PCs. So this is one option where you can go and do that. Go to Windows Defender, and here you could see domain profile is on. You switch it off. This one is profile, public is on. You switch, yeah, so you switch all the profiles off. Apply. Your firewall is now off. Okay. uh, so now you should, and then while we are doing that, we can also check here. Yeah, we have to. Let's see what is happening here when we do it in this side. So it's request timed out. So we can use -t, so it continuously sends ping packets. And then we go to the server. So here we go. So now let's go here, open the command prompt to check what is happening. Yeah. So yeah, we are still waiting for the server to. Mhm. You should get a successful reply for the ping. That means the ICMP packets are sent from a source to a destination. Okay, so there will be two different outputs from where you can troubleshoot. Okay, so that we will discuss at one point. So it would be either request timed out, which means I'm sending the request, it is timed out. It can't go. Okay. The other one is destination host is not reachable, which means I am okay, but I'm trying to reach the destination, but no one is responding to me. So when there is a destination host unreachable, then the problem is on the other side. Okay. Where, because I can't reach anyone, I am okay. Request timed out is I'm sending a request, but it is not going anywhere. So it is something, the problem is on my side. So these are the two kind of things. So that we can do a demo on Packet Tracer to see how that works. That we can see that. That's more on a network based troubleshoot. Like when you're doing a router, you want to see which end the problem is. You can troubleshoot it using that reply. So command prompt. So we are going into the server manager, and now we should see that the name of the system has been changed. So let's click on the local server. While we have opened this ipconfig, so we have 192.168. So here you could see that the computer name is changed, and let's ping from here. Ping 192.168.1.10, and see here it pings. So you get a reply from 192.168.1.10. Okay, but from that machine, yeah, so from this PC a ping goes, it goes to the client, and then it comes back. It replies, it responds, it gets a response. But from here you can't ping it, because it goes there and the request is timed